the first step, and in my opinion, probably the most important step in this whole process, is finding the right topic. Okay, so we'll get into an example here in just a second, but basically, I think choosing the right topic that you pitch for this guest post shows so much to the person that you're pitching, right? So it shows that you've taken the time to really learn about their business or their blog or their publication. You understand what they need, and that you're pitching something that's super highly relevant. So it's not just, hey, I'm going to scatter pitch 100 different people and see what sticks, right? Again, we're being super strategic. We're talking about building this ladder with maybe 5 or 10 targets. We're not pitching 1,000 different places. So we want to be really thoughtful about the topics that we're pitching. We want to be intentional about those. So 3 strategies that you can use here, and we'll look at an example again in just a second. One is to conduct a competitor gap analysis. Number 2 is to look for timely or seasonal topics. And then number 3, which I think is probably the most effective, is to combine those 2 approaches. So again, let's look at a real world example from one of the freelancers that I interviewed. Kiran Shahid. Again, if you're not familiar with her work, she works with companies like Sprout Social and Doc and HubSpot. So a lot of really well-known names in B2B SaaS. And she also used a very similar process as I'm describing here. And ultimately, she sort of started her whole journey with this guest post that she wrote for GetResponse. If you're not familiar with GetResponse, they do email marketing, and I think they have some other features. But basically what she did is she conducted sort of both a competitor analysis and also thought about sort of the seasonality of this space. And what she realized was that all of these other companies, and I think GetResponse included, had content about like Black Friday, email marketing for Black Friday, et cetera, but they didn't have anything about Cyber Monday, which is this, or Cyber Weekend, I guess is what it's called now. Cyber Weekend being sort of the online equivalent of Black Friday, right? If you're not from the US, it's like, crazy shopping weekend after Thanksgiving. So Cyber Weekend, and then on top of that, she realized, hey, that's also like a timely and seasonal topic because this is coming up. And so she pitched this to GetResponse. She said, hey, look, you've got this gap. You're talking about Black Friday, but you're not talking about Cyber Weekend. Oh, and by the way, it's coming up in, however many months. She pitched and published this post in 2022, and that ultimately helped springboard her career forward to take on these clients that we've been talking about. So that, in my opinion, is sort of a prime example of an irresistible topic that is super relevant, highly valuable to the place that you're pitching.